Hi, welcome to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host Joaquin. How we doing, people? So today's videos are the books that I found at a used bookstore. So they had a whole bunch of dollar bin comics. That's all they had. They had like 15 to 20 short boxes, but they were like the cloth ones, and they were nicely stacked. So I was like, I just went into the bookstore because I like checking out bookstores and see if they had anything I'd be interested in reading, not non-comic book related. And then I saw that they had this. They had a whole bunch of like toys and a lot of mangas, like statues, and a Funko Pop over there, Cheshire Cat, which I'll get into at the very end. So every book that was in there was $1. So I was like, all right, cool. Can't pass this up. Give me something to talk about in a video. Maybe I'll find a few gems. Who knows? Can all get lucky. And boy, did I find a few gems. So stick around to see what I found. All right, so as you can see, Savage Dragon. Got my little notepad here. So Savage Dragon is about a $4 book, give or take. I mean, it looks like it's in pretty good condition. So I looked through it. I didn't really see any rips or tears or anything. So it's probably like a 9.0 at least. I'm hoping a little bit higher, but Savage Dragon. It's not like I would ever get that book um, graded or slabbed, unless I had like the author sign it or something like that. Next book is what actually started it off for me. I saw Justice and I was like number three. I was like, oh, okay. So these books are like about $2, $3 a piece. And not all the books were in bags and boards or even have boards. So I'm like gonna try to finish the rest of the Justice series so then I can start reading it. It looks pretty cool. So I found three and four. Cloak and Dagger, number eight, another cool book that I'd read. And this one's actually worth around $3 or $4. So far, I'm doubling or tripling my money. Ooh, dollar, dollar, dollar time. So Cloak and Dagger, I don't even know what that FI stands for. Excuse me. But I do like the cover on this. And then I saw this, and I was like, I have to rescue this book. Super Team Family presents Flash and Supergirl. I did look it up, and this is in this condition, it's only worth like a couple of bucks. But still, I need to get some bags and boards for Silver Age. But yeah, this thing is done for. But the good news is, I don't want to open it up too much. I'm just gonna read it once and then call it. Is that the cover's still attached? So, and the colors, are still pretty crisp. So I like that. Just wish the binding wasn't so jacked up. Then it wouldn't be as bad. And then I found this. So I was hoping that they would still consider this $1. They did. I'm gonna start sticking it under a bunch of heavy books, flattening it out. And when I do, I'll do a video. Um, I know one of the things I was kind of interested in. Let me get to it real quick. I should have marked this, but I love reading these old school wizards because they have like the actual prices going back to like the Hulk 181 and even like Avengers and X-Men. So I do want a video where we're gonna look through the prices back when this was relevant. Oh man, I know I saw a drawing section. Ah, here we go. So a lot of these Wizard magazines did have drawing techniques, and here's Adam Warren, how to draw a maga style. And I was like, okay, this is cool. So I do want to do a video where I'm gonna look what he did, and then I'm just going to copy it. I would say this is, yeah, beginner artists can work with this, but um, you're really gonna have to practice to get his line work down because it's a lot more loose than it looks. So people who are drawing will probably keep their line too solid, and then they wonder why they're not going to have their drawing look as fluent as he does. So we're going to get into that when I do that, but I thought that was cool. All right, so far you're like, okay, Joaquin, you went to this bookstore, you got some doubled your money, tripled your money off of dollars. Woo! Do Ric Flair. Woo! So, okay, I hear you. X-Men 235, probably in like maybe, I don't know, probably like a 6 to a 7.0. This book's like a couple of dollars. So I was like, all right, cool. Nice little placeholder. Because my goal is to collect 100 of the first run up to 500, and then whatever I can get going down. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford an X-Men one, but you never know. Again, a couple of bucks, but still relevant for me. Uh, Probably a 6.0 to a 7. And the reason why I say that, because you have these little spine ticks right here and breaks of color, but overall still cool. So, a couple of dollars. Then I found this. And if you're thinking like I was thinking when you first saw this, first of all, the condition looks really good. And like some of these books are like hit and miss. Some are like really thrashed. Other ones have bags and boards. And this one didn't. And I was like, oh my God, does it have it? Does it have Deadpool? Wah, wah, cable. So it's a few bucks, but still. I was like, all right. So now, if you made it this far, thanks. I hope you're entertained. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Yep. New Avengers number 7. The first appearance of the Illuminati. $1. About a $25 book on average. Yeah, about a $20 book. So that was big for me. I was like, bam. That's what I'm talking about, people. And then I was really excited because I found this book, New Avengers Director's Cut. I'm gonna read that one as soon as I'm done with this video because I was like, oh, this looks cool. I remember this back in the days. And I'm gonna definitely read. Actually, I'm gonna go through most of these books except for like the X-Force. But Avengers Director Cut. Surprisingly, this is still like a $20 book in like near mint. If I'd have to get this thing pressed, but and a cleaning just so they make sure there's no marks on there. And then the last book, I couldn't believe I found this baby in there. And this wasn't even like everything was all mixed up. So it's not like any of the X-Men books were together. I didn't find the New Avengers book together. They were just spread out in like different boxes that were spread out like 2 or 3 boxes. And I didn't even go through them all. Like I said, I was just like, oh, I don't got that much time. But I'll definitely come back to the store and see whatever little nuggets I can find. But for those of you who are big X-Men fan, X-Men 229, first appearance of the Reavers. It's not a near mint. So it's at least a 7.0. Might get a little bit higher with like a cleaning and a pressing, but still not bad. So there was a lot of hype on this book, which I was like, why is there so much hype on the damn Reavers? They made their appearance in Old Man Logan, and that bumped it a little bit. So, X-Men 229 is anywhere between raw sales are like $25 to $35, up to sometimes up to $40. So we'll just say this. We'll call this like at $35. Some of you will be like, no, it's 30. Whatever, dude. Either way, $1, $29 in value. Can't beat that. I mean, just this right there, that's what, 30, 50, 70 quick math for $3. And then plus all those other little books that are just cool, but these are like guaranteed, you should get close to value even at raw. I'll take that. All right, so we're going to get up to the wrap up right now and tell you more about the store real quick before I end it. Cheshire Cat was looking at the Funko Pops as I'm gonna have to get some alcohol so I can get this off. But $12, and they seem to really specialize more. Like they had their Funko Pops, like some of them that were locked up, and then they had these other ones that were loose, and they had a lot of anime statues and stuff that were locked up, and certain toys were locked up, and then they had a whole bunch of loose, and then they had like tons of DVDs, and they even had a record section. So, like I said, I was really happy to see the comic book section and to get these great books, dude. I was like, whoa, do another Ric Flair, whoo. Um, the problem I had with the majority of their Funko Pops is the ones that weren't behind the glass, the ones that they had out front. A lot of them had dings, and they were asking for like the near mint, you know, prices for these Funko Pops. And I'm like, yeah, but these got to be, pretty much flawless. You can't have no little dings or scuff marks. And even with like this one's not that bad. I mean, it's pretty clear. But sometimes they have that little scuff right there, which is, you can clean that out and stuff. But, they had that. So all in all, good trip, people. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for those of you who came here because you saw my Instagram, because I'm going to do a short for my Instagram page, which is comicbook_gallery. Thanks for stopping by, especially if you made it this far. And with that, people, have a good weekend.